If you looked at the last video, you can see right here where this arrow is pointing to on June 29th. That was the last update that I gave you guys. And just go check it out if you're really interested in it. I didn't have this trend line drawn. I drew it just a little bit after that, but really a few days ago, probably, definitely before this video. So this has been following this trend line so far. And right about here, whenever I did the update, it looked like we were going to start having a run down, which I was comparing it to a previous situation that we had. And we did have the rundown, but it didn't go quite down as low as I wanted it to because it was following this trend line. Now, of course, if you've been following me, you know that I really want this stock to come back down so that I can buy back heavy in this 15 range whenever that happens. If it happens, if not, then that's okay. But so far, it is following this trend line upwards, and you can see all the events that I have surrounding that to know exactly what's been going on. So I'm going to fill you in on what's been going on with that. So since the last video, we've had some candles that have run down and they're red. Like I said, it's following this trend line, and of course, right as this red candlestick comes down and touches this candlestick, Carvana is doing their conference call on August 3rd, and they're going to be announcing, their quarterly earnings and things like that. But also the day before, which we also had the rundown into the 6th, Carvana was announcing its top vehicles for the first half of 2023. Now, this still, because they did that with this candle closed right here and it started to go up, but it just wasn't enough to really bring it up. And then also because of Carvana releasing they're going to release their earnings, some people were thinking like, okay, well, maybe they won't do as quite as good or whatever, because it makes some people nervous or whatever. So some people sold. So they sold, and of course, it went right on, it touched right on this trend line, and we popped back up. We popped back up on the 7th, and then because some people were buying off this trend line, like I said, so these people bought off this trend line because they saw that it held. They bought off this trend line, and then it went up even more today, which is still kind of trying to push up because they were showing that they had a great sales in their EV unit. So they had about 200 or more percent since I think it was last year, over the past couple years, in electric vehicles, I think particularly Tesla. So they're being seen as, maybe they might do good online and in the EV section as far as their competitors and other car dealerships that aren't just totally online like Carvana. So that's what's happening right there. So now we're seeing this push up, but not only that, if we scroll back all the way back over here, all right, you see where this green line is, that's where the price is currently. And you can see that we have pushed up and we passed this resistance line here for this point. Okay, so that's around this range here. And so like you can see where all these candles are pretty much, oh my gosh, where all these candles are pretty much touching, right? It's right around here. So us breaking this is possibly going to have us coming back in this range here. So that is pretty significant. If you're getting in at this range, then obviously you can almost double your money. But if you got in right whenever I told you guys around the $4, $6, $7 range you're making, and you've held through all of this, you're doing pretty good as far as the stock market. Now, I mostly wear the same clothes all the time, as you can see on this channel. I rock the same stuff because I'm putting all my money into cryptocurrency. However, this stock has done pretty good, and that's why I feature it on this channel, because I believe that in the future we're hopefully going to see back to all-time highs and potentially past that. They're just having a rough time. This stock reminds me a lot of what happened with Dave and Buster's during the pandemic when they rolled out their poison pill and everything, and they had a great business model, and there wasn't nothing else that's really doing what Dave and Buster's is doing from my point of view. So that when that stock went down to $4, I thought about putting a significant amount of money into it, but I did not do that, and it ran back up to where it was back at $32. So that's what I believe that this one could possibly do. And why am I waiting for it to come back to 15 then? I don't know, but that's just a point that I really like. So obviously there's a lot more gains to be made in the crypto industry as we go into 2025, but this video is not about cryptocurrency, it's about Carvana. So this is what's been going on with Carvana. I hope you appreciate the update. Not really sure where this is headed. Like I said, we've broken these past levels back here, so it looks like we could be headed more upwards. Obviously we could be headed more downwards as well. You already know how it goes with stocks and things like that. We've been having a lot of short squeezes. If we go over here, you can see that the short squeeze rate was an 88 out of 100, and this was as of pretty sure last week, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I think it hasn't passed the third day. I think that was last Friday. And then right now, this is the same Fintel.io. So right now they're at 63% from 88% over the past couple of days. So that's the short interest, and so that means that a lot of people are getting pushed out compared to where it was over the past couple of days, and that was obviously because of this pump that we had. So we had a lot of people sell out. Okay, so that's what's been going on with Carvana. Hope you appreciate the video. I'll catch you in the next one.